Welcome to a video demonstration of the early prototype version of the WISERD Geoportal. The WISERD Geoportal has been developed to facilitate the discovery, analysis and visualization of different types of social science data in Wales, as a means of enhancing social science research and encouraging collaboration between individuals and groups. It has been created specifically for researchers who may be unfamiliar with geospatial technologies, but who need to locate data sources relating to a particular theme or for a particular locality. So let's get on with the demo.
The WISERD Geoportal is a web-based application running on a server at the University of Glamorgan where it's been developed, and it can be accessed just like any other website via a conventional web browser. The first thing a user sees when they log onto the WISERD Geoportal is a welcome window that contains some background information on the project, some video tutorials, frequently asked questions, and further information relating to the research outputs of the project and contact information for the development team. There are four main elements to the Geoportal interface: a top toolbar, bottom information bar, table of contents showing map layers, and the main mapping window. The map itself is a dynamic map, and users can click and zoom in and pan around in the same way that they might be familiar with from things like Google Maps and Yahoo Maps. The interface has various tools that users of mapping software might be familiar with. Various tools to adjust zoom levels and switch between map views. Tools to annotate the map, search tools, and measurement tools. If we have a quick look at the annotation tools, users are able to annotate their own maps and add labels with a view to printing their own maps out. And various options exist for styling labels.
The measurement tools are standard tools that you'll find on most mapping software. They allow the user to measure the distance of a line or to calculate the area of a user-defined polygon. A really important feature of the interface is the map table of contents window. That's where users manage the display of map layers. That could be background-based mapping, map data retrieved from a database search, or some administrative boundary data. The other buttons on the top toolbar allow users to print and save map views and database searches, report problems with the site, and manage their online accounts. At the heart of the Geoportal is the WISERD Metadatabase, which is a rich database containing metadata for socio-economic research data in Wales. It can be queried in two ways using the WISERD Geoportal. The first is a conventional text-based search using a keyword, and this function is currently being developed to incorporate more advanced search techniques such as multiple keywords and filters to refine any queries. A results window displays the metadata retrieved from the database search and splits it into survey data, qualitative data, which at the moment is primary research data from WISERD interviews, grey data such as academic journals and PhD theses, and administrative data such as school-level pupil education data. See, the database holds metadata about the survey right down to the question level, so users can see the full details of any questions in the survey, including, of course, the question text. In the same way, metadata exists for each question response, and general survey metadata provides a wealth of information on the survey itself, including, crucially, where users need to go to obtain access to the source data. The inclusion of a further layer of metadata in the form of doubling core metadata ensures compliance with international metadata standards and means that WISERD metadata can be consumed and understood by any external database systems and their users. Interactive analysis tools can also be accessed from the results window, which enable a user to analyze and visualize the survey response statistics for any geographical or administrative area where response data is available. This can inform the user on the sample sizes of responses to survey data questions for geographical areas of interest and whether these are large enough for quantitative analysis. Furthermore, it also allows users to compare the sample sizes of responses to questions in different surveys, and if the questions and response categories are similar enough, whether data from different surveys can be pooled to increase the sample size of responses to allow robust quantitative analysis. Metadata reports and analysis can then be saved to a user's personal account or exported to PDF. In addition to the conventional analysis tools, the WISERD Geoportal also allows survey response statistics to be visualized and analyzed on a map. Users are able to use a range of tools to customize the appearance of the map data, and spatial analysis tools, which are currently in development, will allow users of the Geoportal to analyze survey response data spatially in order to identify any geographical trends and patterns in the data. The real advantage of a geographical information framework is that multiple datasets can be overlain on the map to give the user a rich picture of research data that is available for their area of interest. Just for the techies out there, while we're showing this bit of a demonstration, it's probably worth pointing out that the Geoportal was produced almost entirely using free and open source software tools. This has enabled us to adopt a very flexible development process in terms of identifying the best software and libraries to develop the WISERD Geoportal. We're using a PostGIS database, GeoServer, to serve some of the static spatial data, such as the admin boundaries, and a combination of open layers, EXT and GeoEXT for the client interface. The ASP.NET MVC architecture was chosen as the web framework, which enabled a faster, more efficient development process. It's not just survey responses that can be mapped and analyzed. The qualitative metadata form also has additional tools that enable further value to be extracted from the data. If a user wants to find out more about the content of a particular research interview, for example, they're able to produce a word or tag cloud of the keywords within the interview text, where the relative prominence of each term in the document is indicated by the size and color of the text font. Another function that has been developed for discovering more about qualitative interview data is the Geography Analysis tool. This tool can be used to show the frequency and location of place names within the source document without revealing the source text itself. These place names can then be added to the map as proportional point symbols. This can help to provide a researcher with an indication of how relevant the research or interview might be for their particular study area. One of the real innovations of the WISERD Geoportal, and the main factor which sets it apart from other research repository tools, is that it enables researchers to discover resources by location. Using geographical information system software and a spatially enabled database means that users can focus their search for research data in their particular study area. A place name search allows users to enter a location as a text string and to specify a circular buffer distance around that point in which to conduct a search. As it's spatial data that's retrieved from the database, unlike a text search, the results of the query are displayed as map layers in the WISERD Geoportal's table of contents. Retrieved map layers are organized by data type: survey data, qualitative data, admin data, and grey data. The geographic extents of surveys are displayed in the map using area polygons, often representing administrative areas for which a breakdown of the survey response statistics exists. Metadata for qualitative research data is mapped as points based on place names which are automatically extracted from the text of interview transcripts. Again, these are proportional point symbols that help to provide a researcher with an indication of how relevant the research or interview might be for their particular study area, without revealing any potentially disclosive material within the source text itself. By right-clicking a map layer in the table of contents, a user is able to access its full metadata record. Here we show this demonstrated for first survey data, then qualitative interview data. These are the same forms that we saw earlier when we demonstrated how a keyword search can be used to retrieve the metadata. The user can then go on to analyze, save, or print the metadata using the same tools as we showed earlier. A second geographical search function works in a similar way, but rather than using a place name, the tool allows a user to drop a marker anywhere on the map, from which a buffer distance can then be specified. Other spatial search tools are currently under development that will allow the user to search within an area that they sketch on the map, or to search within existing administrative area boundaries. Thanks for watching our video demonstration of the early prototype version of the WISERD Geoportal. The Geoportal is very much a work in progress, and there are lots of further developments planned over the coming months. One of the next big steps will be to release a beta version for user evaluation in late September, early October, with a view to launching a first release version of the Geoportal at the end of 2011. If you would like to register as a beta tester or would like further information on the project, including details of research papers that have been produced, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the development team at the University of Glamorgan. Alternatively, you can visit the WISERD website where you'll find a page with information, links and resources dedicated to the WISERD Geoportal.